Welcome to this explainer. Let me ask you a quick question. When you're in a professional setting and you need to talk about putting something at risk, what English word pops into your head? Today, we're diving deep into 4 high-level verbs that native speakers use all the time to talk about risk. Mastering these is absolutely going to level up your English and make you sound incredibly natural. Now, let's look at a bit of a paradox, especially for English learners. You probably already know the word compromise means coming to a mutual agreement. But did you know it also has a completely different meaning? Understanding this dual nature of compromise is an absolute game changer for your vocabulary. Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at compromise versus putting at risk. Then, using Jeopardize in daily conversation. Dealing with physical danger using Endanger. The formal expression Imperil. And finally, how to navigate context and formality. Compromise versus putting something at risk. Let's start with the absolute most surprising word on our list. What's really fascinating here is the stark contrast. On one side, you have the familiar meaning you probably learned in school, giving a little to get a little, or coming to a mutual agreement. But on the other side, in advanced professional English, it takes on a much heavier meaning, to actively put something at risk or to lower its standard. Take this quote, for example. When you share passwords, you compromise security. This brilliantly illustrates the point. I mean, you aren't sitting down and negotiating a treaty with your password, right? No, you are actively putting your digital security in danger. It's the same idea if someone lies. They compromise or severely damage trust. Moving on to section 2, Jeopardize in daily conversation. So what if you're not talking about cybersecurity, but instead, everyday professional opportunities or personal relationships? Well, that's exactly where Jeopardize comes in. If you've ever seen the famous American game show Jeopardy, the name makes perfect sense. The word actually comes from the concept of wagering or betting something valuable in a game. It's a slightly fancy, intelligent-sounding word that's actually perfectly suited for daily conversation. The crucial takeaway here is that you'll use Jeopardize primarily for abstract, invisible concepts. Think about things like risking a career promotion, potentially losing your job, or putting a valuable friendship or your personal reputation on shaky ground. Like in this example, I'm worried it'll jeopardize my chances of getting promoted. If you're constantly showing up late to work, you're putting that invisible, valuable thing, your promotion, at a huge risk. It really is your go-to word for expressing non-physical risks in the workplace and in life. Section 3. Indicating physical danger with Endanger. Let's see how this vocabulary shifts when we're dealing with much more tangible, real-world threats. Endanger steps entirely away from that abstract office environment and focuses strictly on physical safety. It literally has the word danger right inside of it, so it's super easy to remember. Now, you might not use this while chatting with coworkers at the water cooler, but you will absolutely see it on safety warning labels or hear it on the news. We're talking about things like severe weather endangering coastal towns or how speeding endangers lives. It's all about serious physical harm. Section 4, the highly formal expression, Imperil. So, we've covered daily abstract risks and physical risks. But what if you're reading a high-level news article, classic literature, or a dense legal document? That's where you might encounter Imperil. It carries the exact same core meaning of putting at risk, but the tone is incredibly dramatic and highly formal. Honestly, native speakers almost never use this in casual daily conversation. Check out this example. The CEO was committing fraud. Now, his poor choices could imperil the entire company, or in some cases, entire markets. As you can see, this word is reserved for situations with massive, sweeping ripple effects. You'd use it to describe large-scale crises, like corporate collapse or massive economic shifts. And finally, Section 5, navigating context and formality levels. Let's bring all 4 of these essential words together so you can seamlessly start using them yourself. What's really fascinating about this matrix is how clearly it separates everything out. You've got compromise and jeopardize for those everyday, professional, and abstract risks. Then, on the other side, you have endanger for serious physical safety and imperil for those highly formal, dramatic, large-scale situations. Keep this mental map and you'll always know exactly which word to pick. To prove how fluidly native speakers mix these terms, let's break down a quick role play from our source material about a highly stressful, last-minute website launch. The first person asks, "Are you going to meet the deadline?" And the response is, "I better, or I'll jeopardize my job." Notice how they use jeopardize here. Their employment is an abstract, highly valuable thing that is on the line. It's not a physical threat to their life, so they definitely wouldn't use Endanger. Then the first person asks, is there a way to cut corners to go faster? And the reply is, I really don't want to. It would compromise quality. Right back to back, they drop compromise, not meaning making a mutual agreement, but meaning they would actively lower the absolute standard of their product. It's a brilliant distinction. So through this explainer, you've just unlocked some incredibly nuanced vocabulary. And I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Are you going to stay quiet in meetings and jeopardize your English growth by sticking to the easy words? Or are you ready to speak up and confidently master these high-level verbs? The choice is yours, and I highly encourage you to try them out next time you're at work.
Got it! What's up? Catch up! Aha!